Hello! I've been watching a lot of this TV show Catfish at the moment, and the TV show Catfish is essentially the production team gets someone who is in an online relationship but hasn't been able to meet the other person, and they help them to meet the other person. And these are usually online relationships where the people just haven't been able to meet or Skype or anything yet because the other person has always given them an excuse or anything, things like that, and said, I can't meet because blah, blah, blah. So they're in an online relationship, but they've never been able to see the person that they're talking to, so they don't really know exactly who they're talking to. In one of the episodes, the production team asked the person that they were working with, why did you never do a Google search of this person, even a simple Google search, to see if they're who they say they are? And she said, I just never had any reason to feel suspicious of them. I had no reason to do a Google search of them. And I thought, that's nonsense. That's just total nonsense. Because if you've never been suspicious of them, why are you ringing the Catfish team? But I suppose that's the same as people who are on shows like Embarrassing Bodies and things like that, and they say, they haven't been to a doctor because they're so embarrassed. And then they're on TV in Embarrassing Bodies, and I always think, if you're so embarrassed, why are you on TV? So I guess it's the same sort of premise, when people say, oh, I'm not suspicious, I wasn't suspicious enough to Google search them, but they still rang Catfish. So obviously are suspicious. I don't know. But whenever they meet up with the end-up person, 90% of the time, it's not who they say they are. But that's because the TV show, I think, just picks cases that are really suspicious in the first place. Really suspicious. It's hard to believe that these people didn't do any Google searching or anything, given how suspicious their relationships were. But what I find quite amazing is that whenever they meet up with this person online who's been lying to them and stuff like that, the person who's been lying to them never feels ashamed of it or sorry or whatever. They always just come out like, yeah, I did it. They're never oh, could you blur out my face or anything like that. I've never seen an episode of Catfish where they have their faces blurred out. They're always there, just showing off that they did it. It's almost like that they did just come out yeah, I did it, and I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for these meddling Catfish team. They're not even slightly sorry that they're lying on the internet. Oh. I saw one episode, and the person said that they'd been lying on the internet because on the internet you can be whoever you want to be, and they gave them some confidence, they could be a thinner person, and you could say you've got loads of money and all that, because online, people can just believe you, and you can use photos off the internet and stuff, and you can do that. But I think kind of the opposite is them, because I think it's online you can be yourself even more than in real life. Because in real life, how much money you have might matter, because your friends might want to go off to the cinema or something, and you might not have enough money or something like that. And that would matter. Or in real life, what you look like to someone might matter, or whatever, I don't know. But online, I don't think these things matter at all, age or anything. I don't think these matter at all to people online. I think online people can talk to anyone of any age group, of any looks or any social background, and it doesn't matter at all. Whereas in real life, if you suddenly started talking to someone who is completely from a different background, a different age group, or everything, then that would be harder for you, I think. And quite a lot of time, like, I talk to people online of different age groups and everything. Quite a lot of the time, I think in real life, our paths probably wouldn't have crossed at all. I don't see how they would have. And yet online, they can. You can talk to anyone. You don't have to pretend anything. You just talk to anyone. Yeah, so what? I did it. And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling catfish producers.